Hello friends, welcome to GS Code. So we are running into the series of current affairs to MCQs. So we have seen various questions on this part, okay, with related to the geography subject. Now, reminding you about the All India Petite Mock Test, which is an OMR based test, which gives you a real-time feel of civil services preliminary examination conducted at 20 plus cities across India. You can register yourself by scanning this QR code, which will be conducted in English and Hindi languages. You can also visit this website for more information. Moving forward, the question 1 is the Taiwan Strait, which connects South China Sea with the other body. What can be it? Option A is Philippine Sea, option B Celebes Sea, option C East China Sea, and option D Sea of Japan. So in this diagram we can see this is China, this is Taiwan. Okay, on one side we have South China Sea and on the other side we have East China Sea. Thus we can see the answer for this question is option C, that is East China Sea. Recently this region was in news. Why? Because kind of a skirmish is being going on between China and Taiwan. There is a kind of a military buildup being done by China on these coastal regions and the nearby islands, so that it can be inferred that it is getting prepared to do some military activity on against Taiwan. Okay, so this is in news and it is very important region for current aspect. Next question is, arrange the following mountain passes in north-south direction. Okay, we'll be moving from north to south here. So option 1 is Bamla. Bamla Pass, it is basically present in Arunachal Pradesh. Khardungla, Mintaka and Umingla, they are present in Jammu and Kashmir region. Therefore, which can be the correct code? Okay, analyzing this question here, the statement 1, that is the Bamla Pass, we can easily put it up here. Another one, that is Mintaka Pass, it is almost present in this region. This is Mintaka Pass. Okay, next is Khardungla Pass. It is present in the Leh Ladakh region of India. Next is Umingla Pass. Umingla Pass, we can see it is present very near to this Changla Pass. So this is Umingla Pass. So if we will arrange this thing, so Mintaka Pass, it is towards the most northern part. So this is option 1. Then next is Khardungla. So this is Khardungla. Next is Umingla Pass. Umingla, and the fourth one is Bamla Pass, which is present in Arunachal Pradesh here. Okay, so thus we can see our answer for this question becomes 3, 2, 4, 1. So the correct answer for this question is 3, 2, 4, 1, that is option A. Okay, so this is quite easy question. You must be aware about the passes which are present in India and the countries they are connecting through these passes. Okay, so very important. Next question is, which of the following statements regarding earthquake are correct? So statement 1 is, the hypocenter is the point vertically above the epicenter of earthquakes. Is this statement correct or incorrect? What do you say? This statement is incorrect. Why? Because if we will analyze this diagram here, so this is focus or it is hypocenter, and the point which is nearest to this hypocenter, it is epicenter. Okay, this is epicenter. Basically this one is the epicenter which is present very near to the hypocenter. Thus analyzing the statement again, it should be like the epicenter is the point vertically above the hypocenter of an earthquake, thus making the statement 1 as incorrect statement. Statement 2, The seismic gap is the historical record of earthquake occurrences in any earthquake prone area. So this is a correct statement. If we will analyze, for example, I have taken the Himalayan region and we can see here the seismic gaps which are present here. So these are the seismic gaps which are based on the historical records being made. The historical records being made upon the occurrences of the earthquake in these regions. So this is called as the seismic gap, quite easily understood through the diagram. Now statement 3. Focus is the point of origin of seismic waves. So focus, or it is also called as hypocenter, it is the point of origin of the earthquake. Basically this is the zone where there is fault or the thrust is occurring. The faulting is being done here and due to which the earthquake is occurring. Thus, looking at these statements, the statement 2 and statement 3 is the correct answer, thus making A as the correct answer here. Next question is, consider the following statements. This is basically on asteroid, meteoroids and comets. So statement 1, asteroids are found only in the asteroid belt in our solar system. If we will analyze the statement, this is an incorrect statement because asteroids are not only found in the asteroid belt, but they are being found out of this asteroid belt also. For example, in India, in the earth also, there is bombardment of these asteroids. Yet these asteroids are quite smaller, so they are getting burned because of the atmosphere which is present over the earth envelope. So thus statement 1 is an incorrect statement. Statement 2, the meteoroid is similar to an asteroid but is much smaller in its size. This is a correct statement because meteors or meteoroid, they are quite smaller in size when compared to the asteroid. Thus this statement is the correct statement. They are also being bombarded over the Earth's atmosphere, so it makes a kind of light or a shining star. It appears like a shining line in the star during night. Statement 3. The comets are rocky objects that orbit the sun, generating a tail of dust. You might be aware about the Halley's comet. Halley's comet. This comet is being occurring over the it is taking basically it is orbiting the sun and it is completing its revolution in 72 years. Okay, so it is seen once in a year, once in a while in the 72 years by the earth. Okay, so this is Halley's comet and it is consisting of snowball or snow surface. It is icy. It is consisting of various gases. Okay, so here we can see this statement here. It also becomes a correct statement here. Okay, so the correct answer for this statement is, okay, this is, we can see it is consisting of all these parts. Thus, it is just talking about the rocky objects here, making this statement as an incorrect statement. Thus, the correct answer for this question is B, that is 2 only. Okay, it is B, 2 only is the correct answer for this question. So here we can see the occurrences of asteroid. It is being present, it is basically present in the asteroid belt and it is also present in outside the asteroid belt also. So this is the question. Now, next question is regarding the Creative Cities Network. Consider the following statements. Statement 1 is, it was created by UNESCO to promote cooperation among cities that have been identified creatively as a strategic factor for sustainable urban development. This Creative Cities Network, it was being established in the year of 2004, thus making this statement as the correct statement. It was created by the UNESCO. Okay, so statement 2, Srinagar is the first Indian city that has been added to this network. If we will go through the data or recent news, so Srinagar is the 49th city which is added recently to this Creative Cities Network. But the first cities we can see, it were Varanasi and it was Jaipur. So these were the first cities which were added to the Creative Cities network of this UNESCO program, thus making statement 1 as a correct answer and statement 2 as an incorrect statement. So the answer for this statement is, or for this question is A1 only. Next question is, which of the following lakes do not provide a natural border between Canada and United States? Statement 1 is Lake Superior, statement 2 is Lake Erie, statement 3 is Lake Michigan, statement 4 Lake Tahoe, and statement 5 is Lake Huron. So looking at one of the diagrams here, we can identify this lake. Lake Superior, it is forming a natural boundary. Lake Huron, it is also forming a natural boundary. Lake Erie, it is also forming a natural boundary. And Lake Ontario, it is also forming a natural boundary between the United States of America and Canada. Thus, these three statements, they get out of the question. Lake Superior, Lake Erie, and Lake Michigan. Sorry, it is not Lake Michigan, it is Lake Huron. They come out of the question. Lake Michigan, as we can see in the diagram, it is not forming a natural boundary between United States of America and Canada. So this is one of the correct answer. And Lake Tahoe, we can see it is present over the eastern borders of USA. It is present near the Rocky Mountains. It is present near the Rocky Mountains. Thus, it is also not forming a boundary between the Canada and USA. Thus, the correct answer for this question is B, 3 and 4 only. Moving towards the next question. Arrange the following peaks in north to south direction. In north to south direction, statement 1 is Mount Curds. Basically, it is present over the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Mount Manipur, present in Manipur. Mount Divalo, it is also present in Andaman and Nicobar, and Saddle Peak, also present in Andaman and Nicobar. If we will look at this question, then the correct answer we can see, it will start from 2. Okay, 2, it is present over the northernmost part. Then there is Mount Curds. Mount Curds, which is present over this region in the part of northern, it is northern or the upper Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Then the Mount Divalo and Saddle Peak. Here we can see the Mount Divalo, it is present in the middle Andaman Islands, and the Saddle Peak, it is present in the southern part of this island. Thus making the correct answer as 2, 1, 3 and 4. So this is the correct answer for this question. Now, next question is, which of the following are the characteristics of October heat? October heat phenomena you might have read in NCERT also. So it is the duration of time where the monsoon is retreating. Monsoon is retreating, but the kind of temperature, it is quite high. Thus there is rise in temperature. The skies, they become quite clear because of the lack of moisture in the air or atmosphere. But the humidity in this region, it is quite high. Why it is high? Because the precipitation which is present over ground, it is getting back into the atmosphere through evaporation. It is getting back into the air because of the evaporation. The statement here becomes an incorrect statement, and statement 1, 2 and 4 are correct statement. So making option B, that is 1, 2 and 4 as a correct answer here. So here we can see this is the correct answer for this question about October heat. Next question is, consider the following statements regarding the hydroseismicity. Hydroseismicity is basically the origin or the formation or creation of earthquakes or seismic activities because of the indulgence of fluids in terms of water, or it can also be oil or other fluids or liquids. Statement 1 we can see, it describes the triggering of earthquake due to the pore fluid pressure perturbations induced by the hydrological events at the surface. and its diffusion along the faults conduits towards the hypocentral depth. If we will analyze this question is a correct statement because the presence of fluid, for example, the accumulation of water during the monsoon, the accumulation of water by the rivers over a dam, they can lead to the origin of earthquake in these regions. For example, a very classic example for this kind is we can see the Koyna reservoir or the Koyna dam. It has led to the seismic activity in those regions in the part of Maharashtra. So this is a correct statement. Statement 2. The micro tremors occurring during the post-monsoon period in some parts of India after heavy rainfall are related to hydroseismicity. This is also correct statement because the monsoon water, it also results in the hydroseismicity over the regions, thus making C both 1 and 2 as the correct answer. Here we can see the accumulation of water. This accumulation of water, it can lead to the, basically this is another diagram, but we can relate this diagram also. If there is increase in this water or there is decline in this water, it will lead to the seismic activity. It will lead to the seismic activity in the region. Moving forward, which of the following are the reasons for the Trans-Himalayan region becoming a promising astronomical site? Astronomical site, if we will analyze the conditions, then it requires a clear night or a clear sky with less presence of clouds. Now, the presence of clouds is directly related to the presence of moisture. In the part of the this Trans-Himalayan region, we'll be seeing that the air is quite dry. The air is quite dry because of the lack of moisture. First condition is lack of moisture, and the second condition we can see there is low monsoon winds in this region. There is low monsoon and there is lack of moisture. Because of this thing, the cloud formation in this region, it is quite low. That is low clouds. And why this is happening here? Because the temperature in this region, it is quite low. The temperature is quite low. Thus, analyzing the conditions, the minimal light pollution, yes, this is also one of the correct statement because the pollution of light here, it is quite low. Then the background aerosol concentrations, it is also a correct statement because the concentration of aerosol here, it is quite low. Extremely dry atmospheric conditions. We have seen that the atmosphere will be quite dry because of all these 3-4 conditions. Then uninterrupted by the monsoon. As we can see, this Trans-Himalayan region, they are present beyond this Greater Himalayas. Beyond the Greater Himalayas, this Trans-Himalayas are present. Thus, we can see the monsoon winds, they are unable to go beyond this Shivalik region. Thus, we can see the presence of this monsoon winds, it is very low or negligible in this Trans-Himalayan region. Thus, making statement 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as the correct statement, and the answer is D, that is all of the above. Okay, so these were the topics for today's current affairs. So I will be reminding you about the All India Petty Mock Test being conducted by GS4, which is basically an OMR based test so that you can test yourself at the real-time conditions which are being felt under the civil services examination conducted by UPSC. This test is being held across the 20 plus cities of India, and you can register yourself through scanning this QR code and visiting this website also for the more information. The test will be conducted in the English and Hindi medium. Also, the date of test we can see it is 9th April, 30th April and 10th May. The fees for this test, that is not quite high, it is quite nominal. So you can take any of the option which is provided here. So guys, meet you in the next lecture. Thank you.